Hey guys, good morning everyone. Welcome back again everybody to my YouTube channel. It's a real girl. So what are we going to talk about today? It's a very sad news, and we're going to talk about how it is difficult to be a black woman in our community. It is difficult to be a Nigerian woman and be happy at times. That is what we are going to talk about today. And we are going to talk about the violence most of the men in our community choose to carry women through. Most of the violence and the behavior most people that were made to protect us, which is our husband, our father, our men, they were made to protect us. But in this case, this lady, the father failed him. The father disappointed her. The father did a lot to her. This lady on this picture is a picture of this lady Gift and a ONG that was fighting for a case. Okay, so this story was about a native doctor. Okay, this native doctor is from Nigeria. Okay, I will make sure as the news continue to go, I will make sure how and what happened. Okay, they said the native doctor by the name Jacob Alonge, who was accused of impregnating his own daughter Gift, has retracted his guilty plea. The 54-year-old man, who was to be sentenced after pleading guilty to charges of incest, reportedly changed his plea after the news that his 17-year-old daughter had died in an accident on the way to a magistrate court in Benin City, Edo State. Among those who also died in the fatal vehicle were Gift's uncle, Mr. Ukere Adagbogo, a worker with a non-governmental organization, Brave Arts Initiative for Youth and Women, Mrs. Promise Ezekiel, and the driver, Paul Opashi. Another worker with the NGO, Mrs. Rodan Braimo, who was in a critical condition, was reported to have given up the ghost, bringing the casualty figure to 5 persons. The Punch had reported that Gift and her father live in Ososo, Akoko Edo area of Edo State. Jacob was said to possess diabolical powers, was alleged to have aborted the first pregnancy that resulted from the incest in 2017 using herbal concoctions. The second pregnancy was said to have caught the attention of the local vigilant group, which handed him over to the traditional ruler of the Ososo community. At the Ososo police station, Jacob allegedly made a confessional statement as the case was transferred to the family unit of the State Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department, Benin City. A scan was said to have revealed that Gift was 21 weeks pregnant. The police subsequently arraigned the suspect before a family court at the Ewo Area Magistrate Court, Benin City, where he pleaded guilty to the charges in December 2018. On January 16, 2019, the day the suspect was to be sentenced, the pregnant Gift, her uncle, workers of the NGO who were helping her, the driver, and the leader of the community vigilante group were involved in a fatal accident at Ewu, Edo State. The judgment was reportedly suspended when the news of the tragedy got to the attention of the court. Shaken by the incident, the NGO also shut down operation. It was learned that when the matter came up on January 16, 2019, Jacob changed his plea from guilty to not guilty. Can you imagine? The founder of the Brave Hearts, that is the NGO, Mrs. Priscilla Usiobaifo, in a statement on Sunday said only justice which would associate the heart of the organization. Yes. Usiobaifo added the victims died on the field while serving humanity. They sacrificed their life to ensure that justice is obtained for a young girl, Gift Alonge, now demised, whose father had sexually abused and serially assaulted for years and even impregnated on multiple occasions. The BHR hereby called for the Brave Arts Initiative, hereby called for justice for Gift Alonge, as the accused Jacob Alonge changed his plea from guilty to not guilty after learning about his total death as well as the death of other key witnesses. Can you imagine? I urge all civil rights activists, feminists, sisters, NGO colleagues, and Akoko Edo community, especially the Ososo people, to rise to the occasion and demand and much desire justice. Chairman Board of Trustees of the organization, Grace Osakwe, said the NGO did not believe that the incident was connected to Jacob's allegedly diabolical powers, adding that it was a mere coincidence. The case had been adjourned since February 14, 2019. Can you imagine what is going on with these people? Can you just imagine? Can you just imagine how and what this man did to his own daughter and plead guilty? After he heard that the daughter had an accident and died in the accident, he decided to plead not guilty because now he knew that all the key witness on the investigation is gone. Nobody to testify against him, and he decided to plead not guilty to the court. And the court gave him sentence from 2 years to 4 years and so on and so forth, because he knew that the daughter is no more. If it was to be in a country where the justice is really standing, even if the key witness or the person that is being that had the problem, that is the in Spanish now, the person that had this problem, the daughter is no more, there is the government body that will come out as personal accusation. The government will not charge this man to court, but at the end, he got a little bit of justice for what he did to this girl. Okay, and I believe that the same child, the grandchild to this father, maybe the child died in the accident too. The pregnancy that the lady was carrying was 21 weeks. I think that something happened to that baby too. So this story is so sad, and I will urge other YouTubers and other people to pick up this story, create awareness on this story. This girl, Gift, was a very young lady of 17 years old. She has to go through all this. She has to fight for justice. She has to stand for herself. Even my uncle and ONG and other people has to stand to get justice, of which is so painful. Rest in peace, Gift, that you could not be able to see this monster nailed and put in jail where he is supposed to be. It's so painful that she has to go. And the father was given a very lengthy judgment. It's so painful that after all the fight for justice, she couldn't see that day where the father is going to the prison, because that is where this monster belongs. A man that can go from looking at all the women in the society, he can easily pick a prostitute, he can easily do whatever he wants, get married, he is a herbalist, he can easily get one of the customer and all those stuff. He decided to leave everything and come and pick up his own daughter. When I read another publication, they said that that was the second pregnancy that this girl is aborting for this man, for this father of his failed father. That was the second pregnancy. That this pregnancy, he could not be able to remove it with concussion and all those stuff. That was why the pregnancy still continued, and the vigilante group in the community now caught their attention and decided to handle him to the police. He said, we're supposed to do that. Okay, let me read this publication. That there is another one that I saw. This is the accident, the tragic accident. Oh, let me show you the accident that she got when she was fighting for justice from a man that was supposed to be her father. This is how she lost her life, fighting for justice. Tragic pregnant RAPE victims died in accident. Court suspend justice on man who RAPER. Charges stopped on Benin Auchi Express Road Wednesday after a 17-year-old pregnant RAP victim, uncle and an advocacy official identified as Promise Ezekiel and their driver Paul Pashi were killed in a road crash. It was learned that the victim were traveling in a car to the Eboria Magistrate Court, Benin City, where judgment has to be delivered in a car in a case involving the teenager's father when a truck rammed into their vehicle. The fifth occupant of the car was said to be in a critical condition. The point gathered that there was confusion on the court premises where the investigating police official broke the news of the tragedy. The magistrate and those who had gathered to witness the ruling reportedly broke down in tears as all matters slated for hearing that day were postponed. You see, the father really wanted this and he got it. The justice is supposed to hold this man very, very tight. The judicial in Nigeria, the courts, the justice is supposed to deal with this man very, very well. He said it was learned that the deceased advocacy official Ezekiel and the survivor work with a non-governmental organization, the Brave Heart Initiative. That is the problem with organizations in Nigeria. Many of them need to be protected. It's not easy to be doing NGO in Nigeria, so these people need to be really, really protected. He said in a reaction to the tragedy, it was gathered that the NGA had to shut down indefinitely. Okay. Our correspondent learned that the teenager was allegedly defied by her father, identified as Jacob Alonge, aka a river, many times in their house, aka a river. A river. Okay, a river. You know, these crazy people, at times they have some kind of stupid AKA names that they call themselves to boost that their deflated ego up. So many times in their house in Akoko Odo area, Alonge, 54, who was reputed to possess diabolical power, was allegedly to have aborted the first pregnancy that resulted from the incest. The Brave Heart Initiative, in a statement it issued after agreeing to take up the case in December 2018, has said bubble burst after the girl was impregnated the second time. The Brave Heart Initiative current case involved a 17-year-old girl who had been serially abused by the father, by a biological father. The father is known to possess diabolical fetish practice. The mother has been largely absent in her life. That is what I really want to see. Where is the mother? And the victim has a lot of social issue with a complicated mental health history. Oh. Her father shaved her hair as a threat of death if she disclosed the sexual abuse, and made her to swear to keep the secret. She therefore endured all in the abuse in secrecy. He impregnated her last year, 2017, and aborted the pregnancy via local concussion. She is pregnant again and was finally able to confide in a relative. The community has risen in her defense. The suspect, her father, was apprehended by the community vigilance group and the police arrested him. The case is being prepared for further investigation and prosecution. The scam conducted revealed that the girl is 21 months pregnant, as I said before. So the NGO registered her for antenatal and hope to secure a better household for her until childbirth. I guess on Facebook. They said the founder of the NGO, Priscilla Usiobaifo, in a series of posts on the case on Facebook, has lamented the mental condition of the young girl, praying for her full recovery. You see, a country where people that are not mentally okay are not careful, because everybody can't. Whether you are mentally balanced, you are not mentally balanced, you are already a human being. You are a citizen of a country. Your country is supposed to care for everybody, irrelevant of what you are sick of. Doesn't matter. Mental health is a disease, is a disorder, is a sickness like any other sickness, okay? It shouldn't be discarded. It shouldn't be treated less or more in a society. It should be something that we as a country, as a people, should invest on. Looking at a lot of situations and the climate we have in Africa, mental health is supposed to be really invested on in Nigeria, because that country, it is very easy for people to go crazy because of the situation, diabolical, and all those stuff that is going on. There should be organization, hospital, people that would take care of issues like this. You see how it was quick for this man to take advantage of his own daughter, because she was left in his care, and he's supposed to be the prime carer of this girl, but he never did that. He decided to take advantage of a girl that is mentally ill, pregnant her for the first time and the second time, which is very wrong. And we all should come out and talk about this issue. We should talk about mental health, because it is like any other issue that we are going on in our society today. That is why it should be talked about more. We should create awareness for it and all. She called on her friends and other people to witness a lot. No matter from the judgment today, it will. He said the woman in the NGO said that no matter the outcome of this court judgment today, it will have an everlasting effect on this girl. It is traumatic to see your biological father in the dock and witness him being sentenced for a criminal act. I feel very deeply about the pathetic case of this girl and engage in heartfelt prayer for her full recovery. I have supported over 100 sexual abuse survivor, but I feel very different about this particular case. This is really, really painful for this girl. May her soul rest in peace. And those other people that lost their life in this case, trying to help, trying to bring justice for gifts. It's really, really painful, okay? And I hope anybody that is going to do charity and all this stuff, you should never be discouraged by all this. These people will never win in things like this. They will never win. No matter how they try their best, they will never win. So kudos to Brave Heart Initiative. Continue to do your work. Don't stop. These people cannot stop you because they don't have the power. They don't have the capacity. They will continue to do what they are doing. And the justice and the NGO are continue going to expose these diabolical, wicked, and heartless people that live in our society, that cannot allow our young girls to grow and be girls, instead of making them mothers, instead of violating their space and making them feel bad for the rest of their life. Rest in peace, everybody that involved in the accident. I love all of you all. Bye bye, everyone.